Fall is here, and I'm not gonna lie, I am so excited to start wearing layers again. So today I figured it would be a good day to go over a number of my recent pickups, as well as some fall pieces that I'm kind of excited to potentially get this year. Welcome to my channel, my name is James. So there's a number of things that I'm really trying to focus on this fall when it comes to clothing. I really want to focus on layering. Chicago weather is just so quick that I really want to have the ability to wear it for multiple seasons. So layering is a really important thing for me. I want to be able to wear something in the spring, the winter, and the fall. And I also have so many mid-layer jackets. Being able to wear something underneath it or over it, I think is a really great way to kind of utilize the clothing that I already have. Having fun with material. My wardrobe is relatively muted. I tend to only wear blacks, browns, whites, grays, and a little bit of green and blue. So I really want to have fun with material, something that is going to excite me every time I put it on, or just add really interesting textures, because having all black, you just kind of feel like a waiter, or you may look like you're in the stage crew or something. Having fun with texture or something like that, I think is a really great way to kind of elevate your wardrobe while keeping things really easy to match and just having fun that way. Multi-functional athletic clothing. And I don't want like ABC Lululemon pants. I want like these really cool like athletic brands. As I've been getting more into fitness, I find myself wearing more athletic clothing, but wearing multifunctional clothing that can also be worn in many different ways, I think is really important to me. But enough about that. I've rambled. Let's get into the video. First pickup that I recently just got are going to be my Mephisto. These are the Match by Body of Work. If you're not familiar with Body of Work, they are a Canadian-based company that is doing like very like chill sportswear. And when I mean sportswear, I'm not talking about like athletic wear. I'm talking like hoodies, crew necks, sweatpants, things like that. And they collaborated with Mephisto. If you're not familiar with Mephisto, they are a like French like dad shoe would be the best example of what I would say, but I love these. So this is perfect for me because they are a brown suede. They are super soft. They are super comfortable with a black sole. I think Body of Work does really, really cool stuff. I'm really interested in a number of pieces from them, but this has been a shoe that I wanted as I've been working out more and going for runs and doing things like that. I find myself wanting more sneakers, but I don't want just like your everyday kind of sneakers that you're gonna on like Nikes or something like that. I wanted something that was like comfortable to the foot, easily worn, easily tied, and this has been great for that. The cool thing about them too is they're kind of treated like a dress shoe. So they are handmade in France. They are resolable. They use full grain leathers. They've been around for forever, but it's a brand that I've really been enjoying lately, and they are wildly comfortable, especially after like a long run or like a long bike ride or something like that. These are the Nomacheco, I believe they're called the Nomacheco Ombre shoes or something like that. And I got these because I really liked the Jean Paul Gaultier. I think they were the Jean Paul Gaultier. Really dainty shoe. I really like that Margiela like track shoe, but I wanted something that was a little bit different. The Jean Paul Gaultier, I think that's what they are. Let me look what they are. They're the Dries Van Noten, not the Jean Paul Gaultier. The Dries Van Noten shoes I think are really cool, but I just wasn't super impressed. There was something about them that was just kind of throwing me off. So I ended up going to round 2 and fell into these. I paid like 50% of retail for them, which I'm very happy about. So they're like a kind of like a brownish, olive-ish kind of look, and the top of them is hand painted. They're just like spray painted. I wouldn't say it's like a crazy paint. Again, they're like my dainty kind of clean shoe. I love the ones that Lady Whitecoat did with Reproduction of Found, but these I thought were just a little bit more unique, a little bit more of a conversation. They were super fun to wear day in and day out. So I ended up getting these and I've been really happy with them. And they're definitely like a fun shoe that is a little bit different than the Dries shoes, but I think has a little bit more character and is a little bit more unique to my personal style. And so when it comes to shoes, I don't have any more shoes that I would consider like recent pickups or anything like that, but there are a few pieces that I am excited for. Again, I'm probably not gonna get these, but I wanted to share them with you because I figured you would enjoy them. Number one is like this winter kind of shoe boot thing. I'm really interested in the Irrational Element, the artist shoe. It's like a slip-on hole cut derby that has like a big chunky sole to it. It's got this really cool kind of contrasting stitch. And to me, that would be like an awesome just in the city, bopping around. It's dressy, but then it's got like a chunky sole so you can wear it in like the snow and stuff like that. And it just seemed like a really, really cool shoe. I really wanted one, but the budget isn't in there for me. But it's something I'm super interested in potentially. Number two, this has not been officially announced yet, but if you follow like any of 316 stuff, you'll see in some of their product shots, they have a Sanders hole cut derby looking thing as well with a big chunky sole. I'm kind of into this like city shoe meets winter shoe meets dress shoe kind of vibe, especially when you get into the winter. I have a dog that I take out 3 times a day. I go to the grocery store quite a bit. I'm constantly walking around the city. Having something like this is perfect because you can just throw it on, throw it off. You don't have to worry about like unlacing all your shoes every single time. I know that is such a first world problem, but there is another shoe that I think is so cool, and it is by this brand called Purple Mountain Observatory. It's a small-ish techwear brand. It's like a hiking brand, and they have this shoe, and honestly, the colors are like right up my alley. It is a big, chunky Vibram sole, and then it's got like this upper that is like a rubbered upper, and the black to brown, the slip-on. I believe they call them like their camp shoes. They're just super, super cool. Those are like the 3 kind of winter slip-on kind of hiking shoes that I think are super cool. And then following up with approach shoes, when I was in Portland a couple months ago, I ended up going into the Keen store, and they have the Jasper, which is like one of their like main shoes that they've had for a while. That is a shoe that I'm really interested in. They have an all black version of it. Again, it's like a really cool kind of look to it, something that is just really, really fun and something that I can wear for multiple different things. And then also it's like inconspicuous. It's fun to wear. Again, I don't know whether I need any more like black shoes, but something that I really like and something to consider. And those are the shoes that I really kind of have my eye on when it comes to winter 2024. We'll see if I get them, but as of right now, I really like them. Moving on to pants, I've been relatively good when it comes to buying pants. I have sold substantially more pants than I have bought pants, but I definitely recently picked up the Buck Mason. These are like the full saddle fatigue pants. And the reason why I got them is I actually really liked the cargo pants that I had from Buck Mason. They just weren't really my style, so it kind of left me getting rid of those and then taking that money that I had and putting it towards a pair of black pants. They've got more of a relaxed fit, which is something that I really like. The cool thing about these ones as opposed to like your traditional like OG 107 fatigue pants is these don't have that fatigue pocket. They're more of a kind of traditional like chino pocket, which has been nice because I have been able to wear them with like a collared shirt, and I do think that they live in a little bit more of a formal aspect of it. If you know like really like vintage OG 107s, there were ones that came out before like the traditional OG 107s that had what they call a 13-star button, and they were like a metal button as opposed to like a sewn on cloth button. So these kind of have that look to it, which I think is cool. But these are like the perfect version of baggy without being oversized. They're a straight leg, they're comfortable, they look good, and these have just been awesome pants to wear that I've been really, really happy with. In the world of black pants, I feel like I am missing like corduroy, and I'm not necessarily specifically looking for black corduroy, but I kind of like the idea of like a winter like relaxed fitting kind of corduroy pant, and it's something that I think is a decent gap in my wardrobe that I don't have any of. So the brands that I'm looking at right now in regards to corduroy pants are James Coward. I really want a James Coward piece at some point. They just released these awesome jackets and these awesome kind of like dyed pants, which is on this list as well, so I'll digress. But they have this really beautiful 5-pocket kind of corduroy pant that I think is just a kind of a looser wale. The color is super, super cool on it, and it's just overall like a really fun piece. The top contender to that is going to be the Haven pants, and I like Haven because I think they do a really good job of like finding fashion with function with tech. So they are a made in Japan kind of tight wale. The thing that kind of excites me about the Haven pair though, from a personal level, is the fact that it's got a little bit more of a tech aspect to it. It's got the side tabs so you can tighten it if you need to or loosen it if you need to, which I think is great. It's got like that hidden pocket in the back, which I think is really cool. I think I'm gonna eventually get a pair of those at some point in the next year or the next winter or something. So definitely that's something really interesting to me, so I'm really excited about those. And then next, like I was talking about, is I want like fun hiking lifestyle pants, and I did pick up a pair in the last couple weeks, and yes, they are black. But these are the Snow Peak. I believe these are called like the utility wool hiking pant, and I really like these. So they're very traditional in the sense of like they look like a pair of chinos. They are a wool blend of some sort, and they're awesome because they're a relaxed fit. They're like a wider fit. They have the built-in belt, which is something that I really like. But this is something that I literally could tuck in with a collared shirt and no one would know that they are like designed to go hiking in and everything like that. But I ended up getting these. I love this like giant side pocket that it has. It's like sharing a regular traditional front pocket, like a slash pocket on the right side. And then on the left side, it's got like this kind of cargo pocket that is cool because it's a front pocket, but then it's also separated for the back. I just think it's a cool texture. It's cool looking. It's fun. It's definitely something that I want to wear multiple times a year, and I'm gonna wear hiking and I'm gonna wear on my days off. I'm really interested in like 3 other pants, which is kind of funny because I'm a really big fan of Colin Meredith. Colin Meredith, I believe, is a Canadian designer who has started his own brand. So he's done stuff with Arc'teryx, he's done stuff with many other brands, and Colin Meredith has like his main line, which they make these really cool pants that I think are amazing for hiking that you can do multiple different things in, but they're definitely leaning more towards fashion, which is something that I definitely like. But then he has like a brand that is more like athletic wear. It's made for like cycling, hiking, running, and Portal. And so I thought about getting like a Portal pair of pants as well. And then add insult to injury, Rafa, which a lot of people have mixed relationships with Rafa and feel different ways about different things. But Rafa is a brand that I really like, and they make cycling stuff. And Colin Meredith actually designed like their like off-bike collection in like 2014. So long story short is I want a Colin Meredith pair of pants that I'm not sure whether I want to go Rafa, whether I want to go mainline Colin Meredith, or whether I want to go Portal. But those 3 brands I think are a really great option for like lifestyle, fashion, function, just the things that I'm really interested in, especially because I have very little like athletic clothes when it comes to stuff that I really enjoy. So that is definitely something that I'm really interested in. So moving up to tops, and I'm going to separate tops with jackets, even though maybe some of these tops would be considered jackets, but I digress. I'm really interested in natural fleeces. So I really want like a nice fleece. And honestly, I picked it up like 4 months ago. In late April, Haven was doing like 20% off Labor Day or 20% off end of season sale. So I took advantage of a rear quarter zip. I know this was like the hottest thing in the world last year, super hard to get. I feel like the hype behind them has slowed down quite a bit. That doesn't change the fact that I wanted an amazing kind of comfortable, warm fleece that I could go and wear with multiple different things. Throw a long sleeve underneath it, wear this as a jacket, throw a jacket over it, and do this. And this is a 100% lamb's wool, I believe. This to me is going to be a lifetime piece. And one of my favorite things about it is because I'm short, I find myself really enjoying stuff that has that bungee on the bottom. I have like 3 pieces so far that have kind of a bungee bottom. And I just find myself really enjoying like a relaxed silhouette that has that bungee on the bottom. Because I'm short, I don't want to have all that extra length. So this has been really great for me. I haven't worn it a crazy amount in the last 4 months because it's been in the middle of summer. But when I had the opportunity to buy it at like 20% off, I definitely took advantage of it. And so next is still a fleece, but it is a little bit of a different thing. I ordered this in, I want to say like March. I don't remember the exact date or the exact month, but I know it was before I went to New York, and because I thought I was going to get it in New York. And this is the Painter, I don't know how to say the fleece. I'm slaughtering it. Casentino fleece. And basically this is an 18-ounce brushed fleece that is made in Italy. And I love this black with the brown. And this again is like a really great layering. If you're not familiar with Painter, so Painter is a British brand, I believe. And basically what they do is they do like orders. So they're going to do a pre-order on all these pieces and they will make it and then you'll do it. So it's cool because you can get like limited stuff, but it's not like so limited that it sells out. It's just you need to pre-order and wait. And I waited forever to get this. My favorite thing about it is the fact that it's just got so much texture, it's brush. I originally noticed this material years ago when the Anthology, if you're not familiar with the Anthology, highly recommend that brand. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. But I ended up really falling in love with this like brushed wool fleece. And when Painter was doing it, I had to take care of it. Best thing about it is the black with the brown, and then they did silver zippers. I'm a sucker for silver zippers, and better than anything, it's got the 2A zipper, which is something that has been really great to me. Really excited to start wearing this, and I don't have words for it. It's like the perfect piece for me. I really am interested in a collared sweatshirt. And what I mean that is like, I want like a quarter zip. I don't want a quarter zip that goes all the way up to the top. I want like a quarter zip with a collar on it, or even just like a crew neck with a collar. The brands that I'm really interested in are Body of Work. So Body of Work has this really beautiful one right now. It's black warp with a brown weft, which adds like a really cool kind of color texture to it. It definitely leans in the black category, which I think is perfect, but it's got Riri zippers, really cool look to it. Lady Whitecoat has the Anderson. The Anderson has that bungee on the bottom. It's very similar to the Richmond jacket that I have, and it's like kind of like a cloth upper. It's not quite like the sweatshirty material, but I'm completely okay with that. I like this idea of like a layered piece with like a collar, and it's something that you can wear with chinos or slacks or something like that, which I think is super, super cool. And then Factors, which is a brand that I have really been interested in, but I don't own anything from them either. They are out of the United States. They make really, really cool stuff. They're like menswear suiting with like a grungy kind of look to it, and I think their stuff is really, really cool. They have what they call the flinch shirt, I believe it's called. It's less of like a sweatshirt material and more of like a fabric material, but it is a full crew neck with like a folded over round shoulder, which I think, or round collar, which I think is super, super cool. So that is definitely something that I'm kind of interested in as well, because I really want to see how that looks. Really interested in those pieces, so hopefully I get one of those at least at some point in the future. So next, and I do have one or two of these, but I am looking to get like a nice elevated one, and I really want like a chunky knit sweater. So as of right now, I have an Emma Jean and Willie one that I really like. It is a knit lamb's wool, and it's awesome. It's a light brown, very, very pretty. And then I have a Uniqlo. It's like the Uniqlo U kind of look, and it's a button-up lamb's wool collar shirt. I really want like a crew neck or a V-neck, like chunky kind of fisherman sweater. There's a number of brands that I'm kind of interested. The first one is going to be James Coward. I feel like I need to get a James Coward piece this year because there's like 3 categories that I'd like to get a piece from him. They have this like whitish natural color. I believe it is a wool cotton knit, and it is beautiful. Oh my God, is it so pretty. Unfortunately, they don't have my size anymore. I'm curious if I could reach out to them if they would make it, or if they're planning on doing a remake. But if they had that in my size, that would 100% be the one that I would get. I think it is just so, so, so pretty. Lady Whitecoat has a number of different knits. They're kind of known for their knits. They have a cashmere cotton knit, which I think is awesome. It's kind of got like ring spun like cuffs as well as at the bottom. I think it's really pretty. It might be a little bit out of my price range. I think they want like $550, but they also have some wool ones that I think are absolutely beautiful as well. And I think Lady White is just awesome. And because they're in the United States, I don't have to pay all the crazy things that are going on in the world right now. And then 316. 316 is coming out with a V-neck. It's not out yet. I'm really excited with it. The V-neck thing is so bizarre to me because I wore V-necks like in early college, and I thought that they were dead and gone forever, but they're coming back and they are kind of exciting. So I hope at some point it becomes available and it's not like an insane price. And just like anything that 316 does, you know it's going to be like really good quality. And those are like the sweaters that I'm interested in, and I hope to get one of those. They're really, really cool, but we'll see. This is a piece that I've wanted for so long, and I don't think I'm going to get it, and it kind of makes me sad. I think I have too many redundancies in there, but I would love, and Dehan, if you are watching this, please send me one. I would be ecstatic. It is the Dehan 1920, which is the brand, but they have the Moto merino hoodie. It's so much more than that. It is, I believe, a full wool. I would even compare it more to like a Carhartt like hooded jacket than it is this, but it is a wildly premium beautiful hoodie with this brass zipper. It's merino wool, it's thick, it's comfortable. I've wanted it for so long. I've wanted it for probably 3 or 4 years, and it's just something that is so cool to me. They're doing a number of different colors. They've done a black, they do a blue, they've done a green, they've got gray, and that would be like the hoodie to rule all hoodies. But the issue that I'm finding myself with is I already have a camber hoodie that is like already a thick black hoodie, so I feel like I would have to get rid of the camber hoodie in order to get this, and I don't know whether I'm willing to do that, but I really want this hoodie. This is something that I've wanted for so long, and maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't, who knows, but I would love the opportunity to get that at some point. So following up with more athletic gear, I really want a nice like long sleeve crew neck kind of thing. Again, we're looking at Portal, which I think does awesome stuff. Satisfy has some really amazing kind of loose knit, kind of polar fleece, like long sleeves that I think are absolutely beautiful. I'm really into this brand out of like Portland, and the crew neck that I'm looking at is called the Creeper Merino crew neck, and I hope to get a piece from them at some point. I would really love the opportunity to kind of wear that kind of stuff, but those are like the long sleeve pieces that I'm really interested in. I want like, again, something that I can tuck in with a pair of slacks, but then also go for running and do that kind of thing. But I would really love like an athletic kind of merino based kind of wool piece. Jackets, and I do not need any more jackets, but I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you at least one of the pickups that I recently got, as well as something that I really want, but I probably won't end up getting. So number one is gonna be Mantle. And if you've been following my channel, Mantle is one of my favorite brands. And this is the Mantle Gills coat. So they did a jacket, which would have been a shorter version, and then they did the coat. I was gonna lean towards the jacket first. It's a little bit more of like a technical kind of, it would have fit really good in like a hiking piece, lifestyle piece. It was just gonna check so many different boxes. Unfortunately, it sold out wildly quick. So I ended up getting the coat. And the coat is so perfect because I thought to myself, I'm like, am I ever gonna use the coat? And it is big, it is boxy, and it definitely needs to kind of be broken in a little bit. However, it is the perfect over jacket for all of the mid layers that I have. So I can wear it with my Buzz Rickson bomber. I can wear it with a denim shirt. I can wear it with my rear fleece. It's like the perfect thing that I can wear over all of my like light and midweight jackets. This thing is gonna be used so much this winter. And if you're familiar with Master Shield, so the jacket material is called Master Shield. And if you want, I'll do a full video on this because it is so cool. So long story short is Master Shield is a Gaza cotton, and the way that they did it is they wove it so tight that when it rains, the cotton actually expands and makes it waterproof. I have not sat in the rain with this yet. I have not done that. I've read a few vlogs and they say it works perfectly. So I'm excited for this. This is gonna be the perfect rain jacket for me to wear all winter. And this is like literally like one of those lifetime pieces. I will say about the jacket, it is big and it is boxy, and I do feel like I'm about to open it up and like sell people watches. I really would love the idea of getting a nice corduroy like shirt jacket kind of thing. Again, we're leaving into James Coward as well as Haven. James Coward has like a, I believe it's called the station jacket. They have a black one and they have a brown one, which are both awesome. Haven has the work jacket, which I think are both just like really great options. Okay. Those are like really the only two like lifestyle jackets that I'd be really interested in. I don't need any more jackets. I don't feel the need to get any more jackets. However, I would love like a light running jacket. I notice myself, especially now as the weather's starting to turn, where like I don't need a proper jacket to go for a bike ride. I just need something to like block the wind, or if I'm going for a run, I need something to block the wind. And so again, I really would love like a lightweight jacket. They have a black one, they had like a whitish one, and they had a brown one from the brand that I was telling you about out of Portland. Screwing it up, I apologize to them. I'll leave like the actual name right here. Super, super cool. Pas Normal has like a really beautiful kind of, not a gilet, but like a jacket that has like a really cool texture, really cool color. Obviously that's designed more for cycling, but I'm leaning off of this like cycling has to be for cycling, running has to be for running. Like just wear the shit that you like for many different things, buy less of it, buy better of it, and just enjoy it that way. So I am really interested in something like that. There's this really cool brand out of Australia. It's like Prya, and they do some really cool stuff. They just released a jacket that is like a lightweight rain jacket. It's got 2 front huge pockets. I really like that. I forget the exact name of it, but that is something I'm interested in as well. So we'll see if maybe that gets. And then again, Purple Mountain Observatory is got some really cool pieces as well. Those are like the things that I'm looking at and I think are just like really good. Like again, I can wear for a hike, I can go for a run, I can do for many different things. But those are my pickups as well as some of the stuff that I'm just interested in. I wanted to share that with you. Although maybe I don't buy any of this or maybe I buy all of it, who knows? I want you guys to kind of get an idea of what's going on in my head and where my style is kind of leaning and just things that I really enjoy. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll chat soon. Talk to you later. Bye.